When you flick a black panther's whiskers, it looks ready to call the cops, mouth wide open, clearly annoyed, as if saying, "Can you not right now?" But despite its fierce looks, the black panther is actually a gentle and affectionate big cat. When you stroke its sleek body, it might pretend to ignore you, then whip its head around just to startle you, its own playful way of bonding. Once it accepts you as family, it becomes incredibly loyal, pressing its head into your chest for cuddles, face full of pure bliss. Give it a head rub, and it'll purr in deep satisfaction. You could even slip a finger into its mouth, and it wouldn't bite. Still, panthers can be mischievous, sneaking into kitchens for snacks, spilling milk while drinking, or standing tall just to enjoy the view, but point a camera at one and it'll bare its teeth, as if proving it's still a predator. But don't be fooled by its goofy charm. The black panther is a true big cat, a melanistic version of the leopard or jaguar caused by a gene mutation that produces extra dark pigment. If you run into a koala on the side of the road, it'll actually sit down and let you pass. But if you squat down and say hi, it'll climb over and check you out. All curious? As a tree-dwelling marsupial native to Australia, koalas look so cute. They're basically like plush toys got dropped into the real world. Because their brains are unusually smooth, they can't really process complex thoughts, so they'll often just stop in the middle of walking for no reason. On top of that, koalas live life at a super slow pace. All they do is eat and sleep. Their favorite food, eucalyptus leaves, is actually toxic, so after eating, they get kind of woozy. Out of a full 24 hours, they spend about 20 in a dazed, spaced out state. You might think they're being cute, but they've actually been a little high for a while. Funny enough, even though koalas look gentle and chill, they actually love to fight. If something sets them off, they'll run down to the ground and throw down. And if they lose, they'll just plop down and start crying, literally like a little kid. When you try to touch an owl's little talons, it'll give you a nasty stare, and then suddenly take a bite out of you. But honestly, most owls are pretty gentle. If you don't mean any harm, they usually won't bite very hard. After all, humans aren't on their menu. In fact, they're surprisingly patient with a lot of the weird things people do. Even if you play with those two little feather tufts on top of their heads, the most they'll do is give you an annoyed look, like a real-life angry bird. What's interesting is that there are a lot of different kinds of owls. Scientists have recorded more than 250 species, but they all share some amazing traits. For example, owls can fly almost silently. Before a mouse even realizes what's happening, it's already caught in the owl's talons. Something a lot of people don't know is that an owl's eyes can't move, so they evolved special necks that can rotate up to 270 degrees, making them look like living security cameras. And even though owls have those big round heads and seem to have no ears at all, their ears are actually hidden under their feathers. For dog-friendly behaviors that are often misunderstood and get dogs beaten, it is strongly recommended that everyone learn about canine behavior. First, your puppy likes to bite your hands. It is not attacking you. On the contrary, it likes you and trusts you completely, so it interacts with you in this rude way. If you do not want it to bite, pause the playtime, or gently hold its muzzle for a short moment. Do not hit it. Second, the puppy suddenly drops its front body low, sticks its hind end high in the air, bounces around and even barks at you. It does not want to fight you. It is actually inviting you to play. Third, when it sees you holding treats, it growls out of eagerness. Many owners think, "How dare you growl at me," and immediately take the treats away. But this is not aggression. The dog just craves the treat badly, fears being turned down, and gets overly excited, much like a whimpering frustrated child. Fourth, the dog grabs and tugs at your trouser cuffs. It is not being destructive. Do not scold it. It simply wants to interact with you, especially young puppies. Fifth, when you play tug-of-war, it tugs the toy and growls. This is not a threat. Instead, it is having a great time playing with you. Dogs cannot speak. If you punish or hit them for these behaviors. 5 dog behaviors that are friendly gestures, but often get misunderstood and punished. It is highly recommended that all dog owners learn some basic knowledge of canine behavior. 1. Nipping at your hands. When a puppy nips at your hands, it is not an act of aggression. On the contrary, it means they like you and feel completely safe and unguarded around you. They are just showing affection in an impolite way. If you want to stop this behavior, you can pause playtime immediately, or gently hold their muzzle for a moment. Never hit them for this. 2. The play bow. If your dog suddenly drops its front legs to the ground, sticks its butt up high, bounces side to side, and even barks at you, it is not trying to pick a fight. This posture is called a play bow, and it is actually an invitation for you to play with them. 3. Getting overexcited when you hold treats. When they see you with treats, many dogs get visibly frantic. A lot of owners take this as defiance or aggression, and immediately take the treats away. But this is not a threatening behavior, your dog is just extremely eager for the snack, nervous about being refused, and overwhelmed with excitement, just like a child whining impatiently when they want something badly. 4. Tugging at your pant leg. When a dog grabs and tugs at your pant leg, it is not being destructive. Do not scold them for it. They simply want to interact and play with you, and this behavior is especially common in puppies. 5. Growling during tug-of-war. When you play tug-of-war with your dog and they growl while pulling the toy, that is not a threat. In fact, it means they are having a great time playing with you. Dogs cannot speak to express their enjoyment. If you scold or hit your dog for these normal, friendly behaviors, they will gradually become more timid and anxious. A lot of people do not realize female tigers can be surprisingly good at acting cute around their mates. When the food is too far away for her to reach, she moves closer to the male and asks for help in her own way. And the male would rather fall into the water himself than let her go without that food. Sometimes she pretends to casually walk past him, then teases his little ears with the tip of her tail. Even when the male already has food in his mouth, the moment she starts acting cute, he gives it up to her. The male tiger also takes good care of his mate. When the weather is cold and the snow is freezing, he uses his own belly to warm her paws. Sometimes, he even lets her sit right on top of him to stay warm. But the female tiger does not always have the best temper. When she wants to sleep, she may kick him away with one paw. When something annoys her, she may snap at him for no reason. Even waking her up by walking too loudly can get him smacked. That is because when a female tiger is in heat, her hormones can make her mood more unstable and bring out more aggressive behavior. The male tiger may be bigger and stronger, but at times like this, he usually chooses to back down instead of making things worse. If you want to rub a kangaroo's little belly, it'll actually shift into a more comfortable position and let you keep petting it. This is an eastern grey kangaroo from Australia. Compared to red kangaroos, grey kangaroos are much more gentle. They're quiet, with long eyelashes and big adorable eyes. Even if another animal takes their food, they won't get mad. They'll just stand there without moving. But don't let their cute appearance fool you. They're actually the second largest kangaroo species in Australia. Adult male grey kangaroos can grow to nearly 6 feet tall. The interesting thing is, their tails are incredibly strong. So when they groom themselves, their tails can work like a third leg to support their bodies. Although eastern grey kangaroos fight less often than red kangaroos, they still fight with members of their own species. First, they use their tiny claws to grab each other's shoulders. Then, when they get the chance, they kick each other in the groin. Of course, if you don't have shoulders, they won't know where to aim. So the little kangaroo just gets anxious and gives the other one a massage. This fluffy guy looks like it walked straight out of a cartoon is actually an Old English sheepdog. Its entire body is almost completely covered in thick fur. From a distance, it looks like a giant, moving marshmallow. A lot of Old English sheepdogs have these big, round heads. And with their black, white, and gray fur, they look just like cartoon characters. Even though they're a large breed, they've got the heart of a small dog. They're extremely clingy, and if you play hide and seek with one, it'll whine while running around looking for you. When you're home, it'll climb right into your lap just to mess with you. Even though their fur is really thick, they actually don't shed that much. And when you hold one, it feels like a giant plush toy. Old English sheepdogs also have a very stable temperament. They rarely lose their temper, and they're usually very patient with kids too. But raising one isn't nearly as easy as people think. Their fur is just too thick, and if you don't groom them for a long time, their hair can even cover their eyes. Especially after a bath, you'll realize they literally look like a giant wet mop.